Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. This is Serjay Svek, and I would like to say salutations, Serjayians. For the first time ever, I am streaming on Twitch. And let's go ahead and finish off the story of The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Now, where was I before I was interrupted? Ah, yes, right. The story of Breath of the Wild. So, as you can see, I have finished one of the Divine Beasts, Boris. I actually did stream my journey on YouTube, the Serjay Spec YouTube channel. So if you want to see the VODs, you're very free to go ahead and visit there. And I've already finished 2 Divine Beasts, Varuta and Boris. And today we are going to the Tabanthra, or the Hebra region, so we can take care of MEDOH. But before we do anything else, let's go back home to my house in... What was that? In Hateno Village. There we go. Let's go back to my home in Hateno Village so that I'll be able to drop off the weapons that I got as a result of finishing the quest. It is actually Friday, November 27 on my end now. So it's already past Thanksgiving, and it's also based on the time zones, it's also past Thanksgiving in America. So for anybody who is celebrating or who did celebrate that, I would like to wish everybody a happy belated Thanksgiving. Despite everything that happened this year, I think there's still some things that we can all be thankful for. I myself, I'm very grateful for, or thankful at least, for the opportunity to have begun streaming this year because, you know, work, tends to take a lot of things away from you. So, but at least now I have the opportunity to actually stream and enjoy this something that I've always wanted to do. No, I don't want to put the bow away. Let's take this and put the sword. There, Scimitar of the 7. Put this away. Nice, there we go. So it's safe. I don't have to worry about it being damaged or lost. So let's go ahead and get back to the main game. But first, let me just check if I've got enough supplies. So anyway, like I mentioned earlier, I've always wanted to stream, but I've never had the opportunity to actually stream. I didn't have the equipment. But earlier this year, at around March, I decided, you know what? Especially with the pandemic and staying home and everything, because we did undergo a lockdown. But yeah, it is. I am very grateful that I'm able to get this chance. And I did explore my options. I went to Facebook first. And I just started actually by only just grabbing my cell phone and recording my Switch gameplay directly because it didn't have a capture card. My laptop at the time couldn't handle that. And then after a while I moved on to YouTube because that's where I felt more familiar and more comfortable. And currently I'm here at Twitch because I think that if I want to focus more on streaming, Twitch is the way to go. Because that's where all the streamers that I know of, or the YouTubers that I know of, that's where they go and stream directly. Let's see here. Do I have enough arrow supplies? Okay, I think I have enough. Okay, let's get out of here and then go to Rito Village. It's a lot colder now, but yeah, at least I don't have to worry about the heat anymore, just like it's summer. Hey, Gladius, thank you very much for following me and for the message. Hey, I see that. Good to have you on the stream, brother. Appreciate it very much. So it's a lot colder now, like I said, but at least we don't have to deal with the heat anymore like in the summer months, like earlier this June. Because I remember at noontime, it could go as hot as like 41 degrees Celsius. I'm sorry if I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but yeah, it is so hot, unbearably hot. But now, thankfully, it's a lot cooler. I don't have to use the air conditioner. And Gladius says, the stream is smooth AF. Wow. Thank you very much for that, Gladius. I don't think I've ever had this kind of smooth experience before, especially when I was streaming on YouTube. So this is definitely a plus. I'm very happy to hear that. And yes, for everybody who's watching, please feel free to let me know if the stream lags or if volumes are too low or anything like that, so I can continue giving the best experience on Twitch, to give the best product that I can, of course. Okay, so I'm a bit lost here. I haven't been here for a while. Actually, I've been playing... I actually got this game back in 2018, but I never bothered to finish it. The reason why is because I could never finish Calamity Ganon, the final boss. I found that I actually needed to... use the abilities of the other champions, because I don't know how to perfect parry. So I was almost there in finishing the final boss, but unfortunately I don't know how to parry, so I'm gonna take the long way around, and hopefully I'll be able to finish the game very soon. I know that Hyrule Warriors is out again. That will be my very first official Dynasty Warriors game. I only played Dynasty Warriors, the mobile version. There is a mobile version, but it's not something that I never really got into. Though I did read the source material, which is Romance of the Three Kingdoms. But overall, I've been hearing a lot of praise for Hyrule Warriors, so maybe when I'm done with this, I can move on to Hyrule Warriors. Okay, so from what I remember, I have to talk to this big chieftain over here, while MEDOH flies overhead. Alright, let's get down to business and continue with the story. But first, let's talk to this person over here. Scared of the bird monster, I hope it doesn't eat me. The village elder tell you about it? Are you scared of it too? I'm not scared of it all. I'm Link, hero of the wild. Are you a champion or something? Of course I am. Okay, let's get down to business and talk to you. Ah, a visitor. Welcome to... Oh. That object on your hip, could it be? Forgive me, where are my manners? I'm Canelli, elder of Rito Village. Now then, is that not a Sheikah slate dangling from your hip? That's right. Oh my, so it is true. That means you must be a champion like Master Rivali, one of the few able to bore Divine Beast MEDOH. No, what am I thinking? The champions have all been dead for 100 years. This Moy must be a mere descendant, an inheritor of the Sheikah slate. Ah, forgive me. Champion descendant, if you would listen to this old man's request, you would have my eternal gratitude. I'll listen. Thank you, truly. Now that I know you have the blood of a champion, there is something I must ask of you. How shall I put this? I would like you to deal with Divine Beast MEDOH, the giant beast circling above us. Only a chosen one, a champion, can stop a divine beast. You must enter the beast and bend it to your will. I tried explaining this to the more headstrong Rito warriors, but they wouldn't listen to reason. Teba and Hearth had tried to confront MEDOH, but it did not go well, and Hearth was injured. Teba escaped unscathed, but I fear he now plans to face MEDOH alone. As a descendant of the champions, perhaps he can help us. Please, find Teba. If you work together, you may be able to stop Divine Beast MEDOH. Okay then. Let's go ahead and do that. We gotta find Teba. I just realized something. This guy's name is Canelli. And this is Rito Village. And the champion... Why do I say champion? Chomp. Anyway, the champion is named Rivali. I think these guys are all named after food. Like, hear me out. Canelli sounds like cannoli. You know, leave the gun, take the cannoli. Godfather. Beautiful movie, even better book. Go read it. There's Canelli, which means cannoli. Teba, Well, if you move the letters around, it sounds like the Japanese word tabe. I think it's tabe. Eat, like tabemasho, something like that. And then Rivali, of course. I don't call him Rivali. I call him Ravioli because I don't like him. And last is Rito. If you move the letters around, it sounds like Tori, which means bird, or in some cases like chicken, like Tori karaage. Man, I could go for some ramen right now because Tori karaage, fried chicken, is perfect. Those fried chicken balls are so perfect with with ramen. But for Gladius, he says that Rivali is equal to salt. A whole lot of salt. Well, based on the storyline so far, I would definitely assume that he is a very salty bird. You can't have flavor without a bunch of salt. So let's go here. Where do I go? Alright. So the next step in the quest, let's go back here. Canelli, elder of the Rito village, wants to help a local soldier named Teba. You offered your assistance, but first you must find the soldier. Teba's wife Saki may know where he is. Ask around Rito village to gather more information. Saki! See? It sounds like sake, the drink.
Hi.
I must be onto something. Welcome to the Swallow's Roost, the finest inn on this side of Death Mountain. Our inn is a perfect place to snooze your troubles away. No thank you, not now. Come back soon. Okay then. Wait, I'm the champion, so I need to have my master sword ready. There we go. Let's go find some people who would be able to help. Oh my gosh, speaking of food. Like I mentioned, Thanksgiving was yesterday. I did, and Thanksgiving is all about turkey. But I will say this, I'm not really a big fan of turkey. I have tried it once or twice before, because it's not a really popular thing in my country, but you can eat it, but mostly you can only eat it on places like, buffets and whatnot. And when I do try it, at least in those buffets, it kind of tastes dry. The cranberry juice, excuse me. The cranberry sauce doesn't really give it that much improvement. So I don't know if I'm being unfair, if I'm thinking that turkey itself doesn't taste good, or maybe it's just the manner of cooking it. Wait, hello. There have been a lot of troubled faces around here since Divine V's MEDOH appeared. When will we be able to go back to living a relaxed life here? That's a good question. So anyway, going back to the turkey story. Yeah, sometimes you think that it's bad, the dish is bad, but actually it's the preparation that is actually bad. Kind of like vegetables, because vegetables, growing up, I hated them. But turns out that it's just a matter of cooking. Especially for some people, they only like to boil them until the vegetables become lifeless and limp. But if you know how to cook it properly with butter, or maybe just with meat, or just doing things differently, it's a lot more tasty. I just realized that you're a Hylian. Are you wandering around Hyrule, trying to find yourself? I found myself. I'm standing right here, but I'll just say yes. I'm here on my honeymoon, but this town is seriously a hole. In Gerudo Town, they've got jewelry to buy. Zora's domain is always a hoot with all the weird spiritual fish people. But here I just want to go home already. Oh, really? Give me a break already. I can't believe my husband brought me here for our honeymoon. He already apologized, but if he doesn't want a divorce, I told him he'd better bring me a baked apple. Wow. That is a very interesting way to start your married life, but I'll leave it to you. That's not my place to criticize. There's Saki. Forgive my intrusion, but I overheard you speaking with the elder. It sounds like you intend to help my husband Teba in the fight against MEDOH. But to tell the truth, there's not much I can do for you right now beyond telling you where my husband went. Where did he go? Well, my husband headed to a place called the Flight Range. It's in Dronok's Pass at the heart of the Hebra Mountains. It's a place where Rito warriors prepare for aerial combat. I imagine he's gone there to gather weapons for another run at MEDOH. As it happens, he made his way to the flight range on foot this time. If you take off from Rivali's landing, it's a straight shot down to the flight range. Rivali's landing is a memorial for the Rito champion Rivali, so named in the hope that none might forget the events of that horrible day. What is it, Link? It's a flashback. Remember who you are. Blink.
Impressive, I know. Very few can achieve a mastery of the sky. Yet I have made an art of creating an updraft that allows me to soar. It's considered to be quite the masterpiece of aerial techniques, even among the Rito. With proper utilization of my superior skills, I see no reason why we couldn't easily dispense with Ganon. Now then, my ability to explore the firmament is certainly of note. But let's not, pardon me for being so blunt, let's not forget the fact that I am the most skilled archer of all the Rito. Yet despite these truths, it seems that I've been tapped to merely assist you. All because you happen to have that little darkness-sealing sword on your back. I mean, it's just asinine. Unless you think you can prove me wrong, maybe we should just settle this one-on-one. But where? Oh, I know. How about up there? Oh, you must pardon me. I forgot you have no way of making it up to that divine beast on your own.
Fidel the Fish, thank you for the comment. Twitch stream Pog. Appreciate it. Thank you for dropping by, old friend. And yes, Gladius, like what you mentioned earlier, Rivali is a whole ton of salt. Holy cow. The arrogance dripping from him. Descendant! That's a mouthful. Calling me Descendant! Descendant, your lunch! Descendant, your dinner! Descendant, you are late from school! Imagine calling your child that. You don't give them a name, you just call them Descendant. My descendant, it is time to wake up. It is time to rise. Descendant, are you alright? My apologies. I fear I have said far too much. If there is anything you do not understand, please do not hesitate to ask. Thank you, Saki. Gladius says, rise, my creation. Imagine that. Gladius, you're not a necromancer, you know. Or you're not Victor Frankenstein. Rise, my creation, live! Live! I tell you. Let's stop. Hello. If the Elder trusts you, I will tell you what I can. About Teba. My husband is very impulsive. Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no reasoning with him. We tried to stop him from going off to fight MEDOH on his own, but he refused to listen. Fidel the Fish said, Descendant is the upgraded version of calling your kid offspring. That is true. That is true. If you want to get fancy, it's kid, then child, then offspring, and then descendant. Like that. If you want to get if you want to get more business-minded, you can call your children product. Like that. I created you, you are the product of so many different things coming together. And there you are. But he refused to listen. Though I cannot feign surprise, I did marry a Rito warrior after all. Is there something else you want to ask? About Ravioli. Rivali is a legendary Rito warrior. All the warriors here idolize him. My husband is no exception. He is always talking about turning our son, Tulin, into a warrior just like Rivali. When they go and play together, he is really training him at the flight range. I have never wanted my sweet Tulin to become a warrior myself. Is something else you want to ask? No? It's okay. Please, help my husband, Teba. I will. Now, what I can do is simply teleport over to the flight range because I already did that. But let's go ahead and take the scenic route. I'm going to do Assassin's Creed. It's the closest I can do to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Go, Link! Fly! Just go ahead and fly towards your destination. But I'm not really going there. I'm actually going to the stable because I need to pick up my horse. Watch out for the trees, Link. Okay, there we go. Now we're leaving Rito Village. The village of food pun names, apparently. At least in my opinion. If anybody ever feels like making turkey, letting me eat turkey, then I would love to try it. Hopefully I can try a much tastier turkey compared to what I've had before. Give me my horse, Golly. I can take... Which steed do I take? The steed named Steed? Nero Kuro Cowgirl? Because she had... she has the print like a cow. And Gladius says, Epina's song never gets old. This is my first Zelda game, but I'm loving this song. It's beautiful. Especially on the accordion that is being played. I can take Zelda, the horse, because I did finish that memory quest. This is actually the descendant of Zelda's horse. Or I can take Dwarf, the big boy. I'll take Dwarf. I need someone tough to go brave the cold mountains. Thanks for choosing us for all your horse he needs. If your horse gets spooked or doesn't like where it's at, it might shut down or refuse to move at all. You can target while mounted and blah blah blah. Okay. I won't. Okay, Cass. Go ahead and play the song. This song is brought to you by Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Remember someone today. Sorry, that's a joke from our local radio stations. They always like to play that before they play the songs. Anyway, let's go ahead and take this big boy, this absolute unit of a horse, over to the flight range. Let's go. Oh, it's the other way. I'm sorry. Haha. Oh man, he can't turn. He can't turn at all. Okay. It's so hard to turn this guy because he's so big. It's like driving a truck, really. But holy cow, is he so powerful. He can maul entire waves of enemies without a problem. How do I pet them again? I'm trying to reassure him. There we go, L button, yeah. Good boy, good Dorothy. Let's go ahead for a scenic sunset ride. But we're not... It's not the end of the game, or it's not the end of the movie. It's just traveling from one area to another. There's something beautiful about games like these, you know, look at the beautiful scenery and everything. It's amazing what the Switch is capable of, or what video games in general are capable of nowadays. Long gone are the days when it's just 8-bit, tinny music, no voice acting at all. Now we have some beautiful things like this. You know, despite everything that's happening in the world, you know, all the problems and everything, sometimes it's nice to appreciate the advances that we have made, such as this. You know, games, technology, entertainment, and whatnot. That's something that I would like to be thankful for. Again, because it was Thanksgiving a few days yesterday. We're entering the snowy area, so good thing I already changed my outfit. Okay, let's go ahead and keep going straight. This we turn left here. Okay, I don't have any time to deal with you guys. Okay, should be here. Alright, this is it. Flight range. Let's get off. This reminds me of Octo expansion all over again. Shooting targets has never been my strong suit. Cutscene.
Yeah? I don't know you. And I'm actually pretty busy here. You should probably go.
Thank you, Gladius. I'll do my best on the stream. That voice sounds familiar for Teba. I'm trying to remember who he sounds like. Is that? He sounds like Gil from Street Fighter V, or Doctor Strange from Marvel vs. Capcom. Oh, it's Sean Chiplock. Okay. I always like knowing about voice actors and stuff, so I do want to know like who they do and everybody. Okay. So he also did Mista and Sorbet from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And he's the Swamp Demon from Demon Slayer. Interesting. And he's Subaru. He's Subaru from ReZero. Okay. Hey, Teba. Tell me, do you love Emilia? Anyway. Let's do this. Did you need something? I'm busy here. I can help you. Excuse me, I am so sorry. Help me with what exactly? MEDOH. Let me get this straight. Some random Hylian wants to help me bring down Divine Beast MEDOH. I'm not buying it. Excuse me. Quick drink of water. Whew, I have no idea what just happened. What's your name, stranger? I'm Link, hero of the wild. Link, huh? Well, Link, I'm Teba. But you already knew that. I'm guessing the Elder asked you to come here and talk some sense with me, am I right? That's right. Just like the Elder to trust any fool wandering into town. Look, you seem like an alright guy, but let's make one thing clear. I'm not going anywhere. As a Rito warrior, I can't rest until my people are safe. There's only one way I'm going back to Rito Village, and that is... once Divine Beast MEDOH falls from the sky. If I have to kill MEDOH, so be it. Only then will I return to the village. Then let's get started. Are you serious? Ha! Well, far be it from me to talk to you off the ledge. But it's as the Elder said, the only way to stop Divine Beast MEDOH is to get inside it. Fat chance of that happening, there's no way we can set foot in MEDOH. Actually, so not only are you wingless, you're brainless too. Let me fill you in. The only people able to enter the Divine Beast are the 5 champions of old. And unfortunately for us and the rest of Hyrule, they all died 100 years ago. If it hadn't been for Ganon. Never mind. Let's focus on bringing down MEDOH, one step at a time. If we approach MEDOH recklessly, its cannons will blast us out of the sky before we even get close. So I'm going to need to test you before I take you with me. We Rito warriors use the updraft in this ravine to hone our aerial archery skills. The updrafts are so strong here that a person could just open up a cloth over their head and float up easily. Now let's see what you're capable of. You'll have to maneuver through the air and destroy 5 of the targets set up in this valley in 3 minutes. Any pointers? Using a bow in midair is just like using a bow on the ground, but you'll probably want a bow suited for long-range engagement. Use your arrows to destroy the 5 targets in 3 minutes. If you can't do that, you don't stand a chance against MEDOH. Are you ready to be tested? Not yet. Let me go change my bow. Cold feet, huh? No, not cold feet. No, preparation. There, this is long range. Okay, I'll go take it. Link, was it? Why don't you show me what you're made of? I'm ready. Then go destroy 5 targets with your arrows. Three, 2, 1, let it rip! Let's go! Come on! Come on, just shoot this one. Oh, okay, it's too high. Gotta lower it down a bit. I need to take this into account. Drop. Come on.
Perfect.
Of course. I am the best, and I'm just gonna go hang here in the sky for a bit. You know, thinking about my life decisions, wondering what I can do while I defy gravity. Come on back. Fidel the fish is now following Serjay Svek. Thank you very much, Fidel. You're a skilled archer. It was as if time stopped with every arrow you let fly. Actually, I learned from the Prince of Persia. Hehe, I'm showing my age. Gosh, I wish I could bring back that game. They brought back Sam Fisher in Rainbow Six Siege. So Ubisoft, please bring back Prince of Persia. A real Prince of Persia game, I'm begging you. Not just a cameo in For Honor. Excuse me. Need to keep drinking water. Stay hydrated always. You're a skilled archer. It was if time stopped. Yeah, I said that already. I forgot to tell you, Link, when you first showed up, I thought someone was pulling a prank on me. But after seeing you handle that bow, I can tell you the real deal. You must have seen a battle or two. Hundreds of them. I believe it. Oh, okay. Link, I feel I've heard the name somewhere before. Well, if you really want to help me bring down MEDOH, it's now or never. I'll get you in position so you can give its cannons all you got. Inside that treasure chest is a bow I modified. Take it and let me know when you're ready. No time like the present. Falcon Bow. A highly refined Rito-made bow created by Master Rito Craftsman. Rito warriors favor it for its superior rate of fire, which helps them excel even further in aerial combat. Your battery's full. I'm sorry. Wait, let me go ahead and drop one of my bows. Drop this, and don't forget to save. There we go. Let's take this bow. Okay, Teba, let's go. Oh wait, save. I'm always like that. I always like to save. No matter what the situation, even if I take a step, if I don't feel confident, I save. It's better to be cautious that way. Okay, it's time to face Divine Beast Va MEDOH. Normal arrows won't put a dent in those cannons. You'll need to hit them with bomb arrows. Okay. These are a precious commodity, but so don't expect me to do this again, but take these bomb arrows. Oh, I've got a bunch already. Also, it'll be cold up there. You'll want to prepare a warm meal or bring some warm clothes. Okay, before we proceed, let's just hear what he has to say. What's the plan? I'll draw MEDOH's fire. That'll be your chance to destroy its cannons. There are 4 cannons total. The main body is protected by a barrier, so there's no use attacking it. Just focus on taking out all the cannons. We'll talk next steps once that's done. Fidel says, "Yup, always save. You never know when you need to reset the event." That is true. It's so painful if you have to go start all over again because you forgot to save. That's why I never attempted. Because I'm a big fan of Metal Gear Solid, one of the challenges is that if you want to get like the biggest or the highest rank before, you must not save at all. You must not die. You must not lose. So And if you die once, chances are you're going to end up all the way back at the beginning. So you must not do that. So, and you must finish the game in 5 hours. So one of my friends did make the effort to do that. No healing, no dying, no saving, nothing. And he did manage it. But afterwards, he just felt sick of the game. So I'm not like that. I don't feel like it. I'm more prepared and cautious. Don't forget bomb arrows. You'll need them to destroy MEDOH's cannons. Also, blah blah blah. You'll need something to keep warm. I already got the clothes. Think about some warm clothes. I already am wearing warm clothes. Or cook something over to keep yourself warm using that pot over there. Your call. We can go whenever you're ready. I'm ready. Let's do this. Alright. Let me ask you something. Why are you doing this? Why risk your life to bring down MEDOH? Need to rescue my girl. Need to rescue the princess. Zelda. But that's the name of the Princess Rivali served 100 years ago at Hyrule Castle. I don't know what she has to do with Divine Beast VAH MEDOH, but whatever. It's not your place to know. As long as you're helping me bring down MEDOH, your motivation is fine by me. Right, get on. Let's party. Take to the sky. Alright, it's showtime. Man, even I feel like I'm going to freeze up here. Big Bird. What an absolute unit. That's Divine Beast VAH MEDOH. It has a barrier up again. What a pain. What's wrong, Link? Too scared to talk? Link doesn't talk, my friend. Let's go over the plan. You see those cannons? I'll draw their fire. While I'm doing that, use your bomb arrows to destroy the cannons. Got it so far? If you need to withdraw for a bit, just spread your cloth and float straight up in the updraft for a while. I'll take that as a sign that we need to regroup. Don't bother aiming for anything covered by MEDOH's barrier. It's impenetrable. And whatever you do, don't get close enough to touch it. And finally, I know I've said this a few times already, but don't forget your cold protection. What happens if I do touch it? Let's find out. Let's go. Alright, now go blow up those cannons.
Here we go.
No, Teba, I'm gonna go ahead and touch that. Woo! What happens if I touch it? I just want to see. Just for kicks.
It's targeting us.
What happens if I touch it? Ow! Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Alright, now I know what's happening. The absolute madman indeed. Yep, fish. Yep, Fidel. You have to be a madman to do what Link is doing. Okay. Alright, let's go. Move to the next one. Oh, this is the main theme. They remixed it for this battle. Interesting. Come on! Come on! Oh, it's too far. It's dropping. I hate it when it drops. Woo! Ah. Come on! Oh, come on! It dropped. That's not good. Falcon bow. I'll take this. Oh no! I'm dropping too far. Oh man. Smile! I guess this is gonna be the bomb. Nice. I keep forgetting that I have to account for drop. There we go.
That's the way.
That's the way. Yep. This looks like a really ugly pink pancake or something. It's too early for breakfast. Okay. That's the next one. Or it looks like a very ugly starfish, actually. Woo! Aha! Miss me, miss me. Now you gotta miss me some more. Woo!
It's targeting us.
Oh yeah, I'm good. This is not Divine Beast Vomito, this is Patrick. Or it's like Majin Buu. Majin Buu, like in a cellular form, I guess. It's gonna... I'm not gonna let you hit me. Teba, you're not really doing much. Really doing all of the work, really. Bang. Cool guys don't look at explosions. That's it. Nice. Well, that wasn't so bad.
Well done, Link. That thing is history.
Wow. Teba, no! Better leave it to me. I am the champion. I'll take care of things here. No!
It looks like I got hit pretty good back there. I think I need to get back to the flight range. I just hope that I can make it back. You head down to MEDOH.
You better make it back,
Good
brother.
luck.
I'll take it from
So
here.
are you.
Oh man, what a bro. Teba, I'll do it for you, bro. When he flashed that thumbs up at me with his feathers, even though I'm not sure if that's even possible, that's when I knew he's a bro. He's my favorite companion so far. I mean, I know you have Riju for Gerudo, you have Sidon, or Sidon, I always forget his name, for the what's this, the Zora, but Teba, he hits different. He's a bro. Do birds even have
I've
thumbs?
seen that face before.
Oh, it's ravioli. Do birds even have thumbs? Fidel asks. I don't think so. They have claws that I think are their thumbs, but let's not think too hard about it. The fact is, bro gave me a thumbs up with feathers. That is good enough.
I had a feeling you would show up eventually, but making me wait 100 years is a bit indulgent.
Well, excuse me, ravioli.
You're here to wrest control of MEDOH away from Ganon, correct?
Yeah.
If so, then the first thing you'll want to do is find yourself a map.
Okay, sounds good.
That guidance stone has the information for the layout of this divine beast. Can you make it there?
Of course I can. I'm Link. That is the answer to everything. I am Link, hero of the wild. Okay, so the last objective of this game is that I'm gonna go ahead and get the map, and then I will call it a night. Because I know very well that it's gonna take me a while before I can finish all of the puzzles, based on my previous performances for Varuta and Va Naboris. And if you guys want, like I said earlier, if you guys want to see the VODs, feel free to visit me on my YouTube channel. It's also called Serjay Svek. I don't know why I can't call myself Serjay Svek here on Twitch. I did the search, nobody else is using the name. So how come I can only call myself Kevin Serjay Svek? I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too hard. But I do hope one of these days I'll be able to find a way to use that name, so it's all uniform. I like it when everything is uniform. Less overthinking, in my opinion. Let's just go here and maybe change my bow. Excuse me. Okay, that's not long range. Let's take this. Okay. I don't think I need to do that now, but I just want to go ahead and clear that. I do like stages like these, you know, aerial stages. There's something magical about being up in the air, flying, even though I am terrified. I am terrified of riding on an airplane. I'll tell you, I've always been terrified of flying. I could never get used to the sensation of actually lifting off and everything. Whenever I go ride an airplane, one of my worst fears is ending up on, you know, anything bad happening. So, especially when it comes to takeoff and landing, or rather the landing, because the landing, whenever we land, you're always above the clouds, right? But when you go down, that's when the turbulence happens, because you go through the clouds, and the turbulence always makes things worse. And the worst part about it is that whenever you pass through the clouds, you usually see nothing but white. And then through that time, the plane starts shaking and shaking and shaking, and then there's nothing you can do. You can only trust in the skill of the pilot. I'm sure that the pilot, you know, is more than capable of handling it, especially if they're very experienced, but I can't do it. A plane's liftoff is my favorite part, yes, but the turbulence is a big yikes. That is so true, Fidel. I cannot handle that for the life of me. So if anybody who's watching as a pilot or is used to flying, you have my great admiration. Because for the life of me, I cannot take care of flying. I'm terrified of flying. But the act of flying or seeing flying in games is just a magical thing. You always have to stay hydrated enough that I even have 2 water bottles with me. Excuse me. So let's get back to business. Okay, this chest is done here. Let's get back to the main area and try to make a map. Okay then. Looks like a bunch of puzzles, metal puzzles. There's a chest over there, and there's one up there. But if anything, if it's, that's why, like I mentioned before, I'm terrified of flying. So that's why, when I was younger, if ever I could, I would do anything to not go on an airplane. I would very much rather go on a ship. Because the thing, oh my goodness, thank goodness. So a ship at the very least, because for me, I'm very paranoid. So, like I said, one of the things I'm really scared of whenever I fly is that, you know, the feeling of, my biggest fear is about crashing. I don't want to be there when the plane crashes, if and or when, knock on wood, that it happens. I don't want that to happen at all. And that's why for the longest time, I was terrified of riding a plane. I would rather ride on a ship. Just to be safe, because I don't want to be part of that at all. Okay, we've got a friend over here. Let's take you on. There we go. Don't look at the explosion. There. Let's get this. And maybe the spear. Okay. Okay, we should be in the clear. Let's get this. Sheikah's slate authenticated distilling map of Divine Beast. Add water. Become map. Drip. Look at that. 5 terminals, each on the wings. Okay.
You'll need to look closely at your map of the Divine Beast. The terminals that will activate MEDOH are marked by those glowing points. You'll need to activate all of the terminals to take back control. Think you're up to it?
Who do you think I am? I'm Link, hero of the wild. And of course, we save. So that's it for this stream. I am having a lot of fun here on Twitch. I think I'll go ahead and keep streaming here on Twitch moving forward. So again, if you want to catch up to my previous streams, I'll put a link, or you can check up on my YouTube channel. I'll go ahead and work on my Twitch page so you guys can check my links. But in the meantime, feel free to search for Serjay Svek on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, so you can always get the latest views. And you can also follow my other accounts, such as Hungry Hugot on IG, and here on Twitch at Kevin Serjay Svek. Again, feel free to let me know what you think about this stream, any feedback. I always appreciate improving with my streams. And Fidel says, "Nice stream, Kev. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate your feedback, old friend." And yes, if you do appreciate this and you do like the stream, again, feel free to follow me and become a member of the Serjavian Nation on my quest for world domination. My name is Serjay Svek, and everybody, you take care. Salutations, Serjavians.